On the whole, I fucking hate any kind of marketing.
By the way, if anyone here is in advertising or marketing, kill yourself.
But unlike most products where I just search on Amazon what I want and then buy it, with entertainment I need to actively try and seek out stuff that I think I might enjoy. I tend not to watch any kind of adverts or trailers. If I hear about a movie I like the sound of, I'll just look up its IMDb and tomato score and its runtime and then go and watch it. Before I went to see Parasite, I knew it was Korean, but I honestly thought it was going to be a sci-fi thriller about a parasite that infected a bunch of people, and I very much enjoyed the fact that it wasn't. Most of the time, it works out great going in blind, but sometimes I end up watching films that I hate. Unfortunately, since games are a much bigger investment of my time and money, I always feel like I need to do more research before I buy. Mostly, I just amass recommendations for games that are already out from various sources across the internet. But when a new game's coming out and it hasn't been released yet, it's just not that simple. Unlike movies, where you just show short clips of the movie to try to get an audience to pay to see the full thing, it's kind of impossible to convey what it's actually like to play a game with a trailer. A lot of the time we end up with CG movies which can convey the tone, but seem pretty meaningless from a gameplay perspective, or sometimes outright lies. Or we get cutscenes direct from the game, which still tell you nothing about what it's actually like to play. And then there are gameplay trailers. Gameplay trailers do a much better job of conveying what a game will be like, and are pretty much the only trailers I'll watch. And I really do think they're necessary for a lot of games, especially indie titles. There's so much weirdness and diversity when it comes to game genres that I don't know how I could ever purchase a game completely blind. Like, if it's a game in a series I'm familiar with, I could have a good guess about what it's going to be like. But if I'd never seen Donut County or Pikmin or Katamari before, I'm not sure a short description is going to do the game justice. I guess I just hate when trailers are used for the wrong reasons. It's like companies know people in the gaming community absolutely love hype, and then abuse that willingness to believe in a game for profit. I mean, it says something that the most hyped game of 2020 was a complete disaster. I think the more enigmatic a trailer is, the more it can hook me. Like in the past few years, the only cinematic trailers I can remember are the first Death Stranding and Sekiro trailers, just because they both completely baffled me to the point where I felt like I had to figure them out. The reason I made this video is because I watched the new Elden Ring trailer and it gave me a lot of mixed feelings. At first, I felt like going over it again and again with a fine-tooth comb, trying to pick up any lore hints and gameplay ideas that I could get my hands on. And even though I did come up with a few ideas on my first viewing, the whole idea felt kind of pointless. I realised that at best I'd be making a series of educated guesses about a 3-minute trailer of a game that I haven't even played. Even if I was close to the right idea, I just didn't feel confident with the information I had. It's not like I felt my predictions had to be right, it's just that it felt so wrong to be given my opinion on a trailer for a game rather than the game itself. How can I talk about the gameplay or lore of a game in any kind of detail with so little information? It looks more similar to Dark Souls than Sekiro, but will there be a parry-focused posture mechanic? It's hard to tell. That looks like a parry with that sword, but I just couldn't say. I realised that in trying to figure out what was going on with the game, I was trying to decipher all the little details that I was actually looking forward to being surprised about. I'm pretty sure the game will do a fine job of explaining itself when I actually get to play it. I love Michael Zaki as much as anyone can love a middle-aged Japanese man they've never met, but I couldn't think of anything worse than having him explain all the lore of his games to me before I even got to play them. As much as I loved the trailer, it just made me want to play the game as blind as I could overall. Trying to figure out all the details by going through it frame by frame would be nice, but I think I'll wait until I've actually played the game before trying to figure out the lore. Thank you to From Software for finally putting a release date on Elden Ring. Thank you to this guy for looking fucking awesome. And thank you for watching. Cheers.